Hello everyone, today I'm looking at Far Cry 2. This was a fun, weird little game. The original Far Cry was very rough. It was trying to do open world way before it was possible, and Ubisoft tried to kind of make it work. And it was on this remote island where they were doing genetic experiments, and that's how you could get super social powers and upgrade your guy. But it was all based around this idea of surviving in a hostile environment, an island with nothing to support you save your weapons and your skills and your survival stuff. And so Far Cry 2 is a big evolution in the genre, but also in a way very simple and hollow. So instead you are now in Africa and you just go around doing random missions. There's some story about the jackal who is selling diamonds, and also some sort of something about biological weapons. It doesn't really matter. But in the environment you have to swat mosquitoes and stuff and survive, and you go around these different villages, these different kinds of hotspots where you basically get side quests and whatever and kind of track down the jackal. That being said, this game world is kind of empty. There is this main quest, but you really don't have to follow it, and you can just explore the jungle. The one thing I think Far Cry 2 does really well is the world itself. It's very atmospheric. It's very in-depth. The guns are also very cool and kind of realistic. There's other weird things too, where sometimes in order to heal yourself, if you're heavily damaged in the field, you can hold down the heal button or Y or whatever, and you actually poke out bullets out of your arms and bandage yourself, give yourself ampules of adrenaline and stuff like that. And this game also introduced the buddy system, so you can have a range of different characters from all types of different cultures who essentially assist you and come along with you in the field. And if you get knocked down or gunned down, they can assist you and get you up. And same with you to them, you can help get them up. Again, this is kind of the beginning of the Ubisoft infinite outposts, just to take them out, where they're just littered around the map, and you kind of go around them, and usually in each one of these outposts there's a briefcase full of diamonds, or again some kind of currency which you can use to buy better weapons. But yeah, it's a very basic, bare bones experience that is kind of charming in a weird way, because there is no story, because there is no main quest, and you just kind of go wherever you want. So it's something you can play for 10 minutes and just kind of get lost and immersed in it, be like, oh yeah, this is what Far Cry 2 is about. The game also looks really good. It has instances of volumetric lighting. The world itself, there's no real music, and so it's very, again, immersive. You're able to go off-road and go through these other weird places. The main mode of transportation are jeeps. Most of them have guns on the back, and again, it's just about finding weird random places along the side of the road and finding collectibles in them. It's just a weird vibe, honestly. But yeah, you have AK-47s, pistols, shotguns, RPGs. A lot of people have looked at this game in terms of its mechanics, that it has done a lot of stuff that is actually very advanced. For example, one thing is that when you shoot an RPG, the backblast of the explosion actually lights things on fire behind you. And this is also the beginning of the kind of fire engine or fire mechanic in the Far Cry games, where if you throw a Molotov cocktail or an explosive into a field, it will burn and catch fire, the whole thing. The programming here is actually super impressive, how far and wide the fire spreads throughout the fields and the environment. It's really cool, and something that makes its way all the way to Far Cry 5 and 6. Again, this world, because it feels so empty, it feels very atmospheric. Again, there are objectives, but you can totally ignore them and just kind of go anywhere in the world and just get immersed. I never actually made it to the end of this game because I just never felt the need to. The main story was very boring. It didn't really seem to develop. Basically, I think there's something also, you're poisoned with West Nile virus or some kind of disease, and you also need to get the antidote to it. But yeah, all that stuff really doesn't matter. It's just about immersing yourself in this weird game that is more of a tech demo than an actual game itself. You do also have boats in this game, different environments, but again, everything kind of always looks the same mostly. And you always have a constant tracking device, which tells you when you're close to a diamond that will basically glow and beep green. The other cool thing too is that the map in the game is also in-game, so you literally pull up the map in front of the character, and the little cursors on the map actually adapt and moves as if it were like a mini map or something, which I do think is a pretty cool, nifty little thing. Anyway, guys, I can't think of anything else to really say about this game except it's just a guy with guns in the jungle. That's pretty much it. And yeah, well, you'll see a much more refined version of it in the later games. And yeah, that's it. See you guys.